my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. Hush, little baby, don't say a word, and never mind that noise you heard. It's just a beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Exit light, enter night. Take my hand, we're off to never, never, never. Exit light, come on. Enter night, grain of sand. We're off to never, never land.
Hey everybody, it's the top of the hour, and of course around here that means only one thing, that you've got a little bit of time to get yourself some snacks and something to drink, get all comfy cozy, and of course don't forget to share the link out with your friends and family not already in the stream, because the Obscure Movie Trivia Show will begin in about 2.5 minutes. Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for the Obscure Movie Trivia Show. Please welcome to your screen your host, Buddy.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so very much for being here with us. If you are joining us live, that means it's Tuesday. That means it's 8 p.m. And that means it's the Obscure Movie Trivia Show. Sorry, I'm going to just kick my camera there like a professional. I hope you guys are joining us over on the Twitch. However, if you are on Facebook or on YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you do want to get a little bit more involved, go on over to twitch.tv/stabcomedy. Over there, a follow is free, very similar to a subscribe on YouTube. But they do have an option there. If you want to support Stab a little bit further, you can get a subscription to Stab. It's $5.99 a month. However, if you do have an Amazon Prime membership attached to your Twitch account, you can get one free subscription a month. You should pass that along to Stab because Stab allows us to do really cool stuff like this every single day. I will talk about all the amazing things that you can find on Stab, including this weekend, Saturday, that is Scene Kids at 8 p.m. Every second Saturday of the month. You will see your boy on there yet again. And there are many other shows going on. But this one right here is the Obscure Movie Trivia Show. We pick a movie of the week, something streaming on either Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, or HBO Max. And we pick a movie of the week that's kind of popular so that we can kind of draw in the audience. And then we get a little bit obscure as the rounds go on. But we will explain that as soon as we get there. This week's movie of the week happens to be the best in the Star Wars franchise, in my opinion, in my very humble opinion. That is Return of the Jedi. I think it's the best for one simple reason. I like to see the good guys win. The good guys win in the end in this one. As a kid, that's literally all I needed for it to be the best movie ever. So I watched this movie so many times that my VHS worked, and I had the originals. So I still have the originals for the first two, but not this one, which breaks my heart. I only have the special editions and what's on Disney Plus, which is obviously what we're going off of here. And I have brought along with me to do battle two of the absolute fan favorites of this show. They are beloved by everyone. Welcome back to the show. First up, Mr. Joey G. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me back on, especially for a Star Wars movie, which are quite possibly the greatest movies ever. So I'm excited.
I loved the fact that these were your movies, or like this, that you liked these movies, because I'm always surprised at what you have and haven't seen. Your knowledge is very wide, but also there are some like big blanks that I find very fascinating. So we'll see how that goes throughout. Obviously, every time we have you on here, you do really good in the first round. So you always put up a good number. So let's see if you can keep that going. But we are talking about Star Wars. It is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you if I didn't do that gimmick already, everybody. But Joey, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Well, that depends if we're talking about because obviously the original trilogy, I think, trumps it. Out of those three movies, probably Empire, honestly.
That's the most obvious choice. Like, it is the definitive, it is a perfect movie. I understand why people like it. To me, I think my only thing is that the good guys don't win in the end, and that's the only difference for me. I love Empire. I get why it's beloved. The line at the end, "I love you, I know," will go down in history as the greatest line of all time, and it deserves so. So Empire is a great choice. We will see you in just a second, Joey, but we are about to introduce your opponent for the night. He is with the wonderful Salacious Crumb, so he has some help, and he's wielding a big saber. Welcome back to the show, Mr. Artie V.
What's going on, buddy? Artie Valenzuela here, man. I'm in a good mood.
Good.
I like Star Wars, I don't know if it's obvious or not, but thanks for having me on, dude. I'm gonna put this away. It's a defensive weapon. You know what I mean? We're not here to be offensive. We're here to be defensive. Peace. All right. May the 4th be with you, and with your spirit, Yeah.
And with you as well, of course. Artie,
it's a Jedi Catholic thing. And with your spirit, we changed it. It's different now, but yeah.
Okay.
You're committed to more preacher than Jedi right now, honestly.
They're one of the same. And being a Jedi is a religion.
Exactly. So
they'd be kind of right-winged, let's be honest. Okay. All right.
It is, I guess. Artie, it looks like you are at a very cool location. You want to tell the people about that?
Yeah, man. I was graced enough to have a location to record. Usually I'm in and you know this as well as anybody else, my 2016 Honda Civic. But today I'm not. I'm actually at Project 25 Studios. It's an art gallery in Sacramento, off of K Street. And they have a bunch of crazy, great emerging and established artists, local for the most part. I got behind me a piece from Unity Lewis. I'm living great, dude. It's May 4th. We're talking Star Wars. And I'm in a great place, dude. I'm not in my Honda Civic, but it is parked, outside.
Well, it looks like you're in a good space, and I absolutely love the art piece behind you. If you guys are in the Sacramento area, do what you can to go check that out, of course. Also,
support locals.
Absolutely. Always support your local artists. We have two.
Don't break anything, though. I couldn't.
That was terrible. That shouldn't have happened. But whatever. This is also a local artist, my friend Jess. Cat's amazing art fell. Cat in the bowler hat on Society 6. Follow her. Also, go to that art gallery. It looks amazing. It's on K. Also, Artie, let's ask you, what is your favorite Star Wars movie of all time?
You know what? It's really controversial, but I love all of them. But I have some kind of nostalgia with the second trilogy. So I actually really like Attack of the Clones. I fell in love with Obi-Wan, dude. Ewan McGregor, he's going to have his own show soon. There's a reason why the guy has his own show now, man. Obi-Wan in the second trilogy carried Star Wars, okay? So I'm a new trilogy guy. I don't know.
I am a prequels apologist, but I will say that there is only one bad Star Wars movie that has ever existed, and it's Attack of the Clones. There is a 50s diner in Attack of the Clones. There's a 50s themed diner.
You didn't like the underworld,
far,
dude?
far away. Anyway,
So you think the
anyway,
galaxy far, far away is above having a diner, man? It's a peaceful
But
place
here's
to
the
rest.
thing.
It's a rest
Here's the
stop.
thing.
It's not supposed to be the best looking place. It's a rest
here's the
stop.
thing. Here's the thing, though. If they bring it back, if we see the something Jet's Diner in the Obi-Wan series, I will forgive the entire Attack of the Clones movie. That will put me in a good place, because that every time I watch that, I openly laugh at how dumb that idea is. And also, I kind of want to go to the Space 50s diner. But you guys are amazing. We always love having you guys here. It looks like the chat's alive tonight, which we always love to see. Something so dumb. Chat, what up? We love to hear it. And we're going to get this thing started. So do you guys have a writing utensil and something to write on? Perfect. We're going to also need that for round 3, but I will explain that once we get there. But let's get started with round 1. Question number 1. There are going to be 10 questions in the movie of Return of the Jedi. They are going to be worth 1 point each, and you don't lose anything for missing an answer. So, question number 1. Who infiltrates Jabba's palace dressed as a bounty hunter? There's a bunch of drunks in my house screaming in the back for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I never know what's going on in my own house. That is the world I live in, people. I think I live in a flop house. I really don't like that my art fell. That is going to bother me all night, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that Cat's art is okay. It is. Oh, perfect.
At least Drew Bledsoe's okay, huh? Not too secure, by the way.
Thank God.
He was never secure during his career. You have him post career. Way to go. Yeah.
Hey, him and his $60 wines are amazing. So
Yeah.
I'll give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with Joey, what do you have, and what did you write?
That'd be Princess Leia.
Okay, interesting. And Artie, what about you?
I put Princess Leia as well.
You guys are both correct. Good job.
Thank you. Isn't it? How do you spell it? How'd you spell it?
I spelled it Leia, and I know that's wrong. That's
No,
right.
that's correct. That's correct.
Leia. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I put too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the correct way to spell it.
That's what I
I have my whole life until I wrote this quiz, wrote it with an H for some reason.
You wanted her to be a character from Dawson's Creek? I feel like a Leia with an H is definitely a character in Dawson's Creek.
Leia. All right, good job. You guys both got that one correctly, obviously. Thank you, Jake. My hair is on point, and the art falling was perfect timing for me saying, hey, support local arts as my local art falls. But it's okay. It's okay. I checked it already. I'm sorry, Kat, if you're watching from Colombia. We love Kat. But good job, guys. Question number 2 in Return of the Jedi is, how old is Yoda when he finally gives himself to the Force?
Oh, by the way, better Yoda in the pre-trilogy as well. All right. I mean,
No, because Attack of the Clones has the worst lightsaber scene with Yoda flying around like the weirdest ping pong ball that's ever existed.
did you really feel like it was the weirdest thing when it actually happened the first time you watched the movie? Or did you feel like, oh my God. Did you really? Or were you like, oh, I don't believe this. I'm Buddy. My hair's only this long right now. Like, did you think that? Or were you like, oh my God?
I have honestly never been a big Yoda guy, so him be like the big reveal of the second movie being that like, oh, he can fight is like, okay, I didn't care, but watch honestly watching the prequels as an adult, I have so much more love for them. I just still can't find love for Attack of the Clones. I love me some Revenge of the Sith. Love me.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? If I may, you don't like Attack of the Clones, and you also do like Drew Bledsoe, even though Tom Brady took his spot, and obviously that's what you should like. So that, I mean, that's where we're at.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Artie, what do you have?
900.
Nice. And Joey, what about you?
I wrote 111, and as soon as I did that, I was like, nope, that's Bilbo Baggins, and I decided I was going to stick with it anyway.
It was 900.
Okay.
As the saying goes, when 900 you turn, look this good you will not.
Yes.
Okay.
But he didn't look good, because he definitely looked like a rejected Sesame Street character.
I love the my favorite part of the newest movie is that they use the actual Yoda puppet in the scene where he's in. Spoiler alert, and it looks good. Like it looks so much better than our prequels. But you know, whatever. But good job. Already got that one, Joey. 111 was not the answer, but good job anyways.
Yeah, well, you know, have me back when you do Lord of the Rings. We'll see who answers what.
We'll see who answers what. I love me some Lord of the Rings. We got to do that. It's got to be. Oh, it is streaming on HBO Max. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. That might
You
have
can
to
lose a
happen
day
pretty soon.
doing that.
All right. Question number 3. What creature is held under Jabba's palace court in a pit? Kirk says $1. I'm guessing that's to do with Yoda's age. No, Kirk. No. Joey, is that a lightsaber on your screen? Is that a filter?
This is my desk lamp.
Oh.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's a desk lamp.
I thought
It's
it's a camera filter, and I love it.
Oh.
It looks really cool.
They-
Either way.
For like a $12 lamp from Target, they got the hilt surprisingly
Accurate.
accurate. Yeah.
My manager brought in his real. I hope you're watching, Derek. I love you. But my manager brought in his real lightsaber. He had Obi-Wan's from the prequel, and then he had real Ahsoka blades. And we all got to nerd out at work today. So you know, shout out to Derek.
So
But I'm going to give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going back to Joey this time. What did you have, sir?
Rancor.
Nice. And Artie, what about you?
I couldn't remember, honestly. So I put Roseanne Barr. It was a shot in the dark. She might have been not born, maybe a child then, but it really reminded me of Roseanne Barr. I wasn't really confident in that.
It's okay. It was the Rancor. It's what we were looking for. My favorite thing about the Rancor is, spoiler alert, after the Rancor's passing, is the reaction of the Rancor Wrangler, who, by the way, has his own toy, which is something that I love about Star Wars, that if it's a physical being that can get a toy, it had a toy. And some nerd was like, oh, I have that toy, which I love. But the Rancor Keeper is my favorite part of that whole movie because he honestly looks like his dog just died when that Rancor gets killed. It is a brilliant piece of acting. It's like,
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But good job on that one, Joey, tying it up. That leads us into question number 4, which is Jabba refers to Han as his favorite what? If you don't know, some of these will be a little bit more difficult.
I knew I should have done a refresher on this one.
I was rewatching it, and because like I'll look up like different questions online as I'm rewatching, and I'll kind of like reword questions that kind of fit the show. And this one for me, I was like, oh, that's a really good question, because it's like a famous line, but it's also you have to have just kind of watched it to kind of pick up on it. Oh, Derek is in the chat. We love you, Derek. Happy to have you here. But yes, thank you for that. Also, I am going to give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with Artie. What did you have, sir?
I think it's an art piece.
Oh, close. Joey, what did you have, sir?
I was blanking, so I wrote scruffy-looking Nerf herder, and then I'm pretty sure they kissed.
Wrong scene, but we were looking for. Oh man, Artie, you were really close. We were looking for decoration.
Decoration.
Yeah.
Did he say why not? Told not bad. Is that how he said it, or
no?
Because usually he's like like, and then it's hard to understand it.
He broke character and he spoke perfect English, and he was like, "Han's my favorite decoration." No, it was obviously in the.
Hans is my favorite decoration. Is that how when he talks English? He's my favorite.
They should dub that with Gilbert Godfrey doing.
Also, if I have not already said it, for everybody who's visiting us in the chat, feel free to guess along. Our contestants are not watching the Twitch chat, so that's what the Twitch chat is here for. It's for you guys to guess along and see how well you're doing, so I can shout you out in the chat and all of that stuff. Because our next question number 5 in Return of the Jedi is, who says the famous "I have a bad feeling about this" line in Return of the Jedi? I'll repeat that. Who says the famous "I have a bad feeling about this" line in Return of the Jedi?
Hey, Joey, it was R2D2.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. So I'm feeling.
Yeah. Ironically, one of a few things I was called as a kid from Star Wars. It was a weird connection how we got here. When I was a kid, they just used to make fun of me about Star Wars, calling me R2D2, Ewok. But here we are now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I get Ewok. I don't know. All right.
My name is Artie. That was it.
Artie the Ewok? Was there an Artie the Ewok on?
No. The Ewok was because I'm short and brown.
No, yeah, you know how clever kids can be.
Ewoks were the first Filipinos on the silver screen.
True.
Yeah, they spoke Tagalog.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Artie, what about you? What did you have?
C-3PO.
Oh, nice. And what about you, Joey?
I thought it was Lando, but now I'm pretty sure Artie's right.
Yeah.
It was indeed C-3PO. We had a guess in the chat for Lando as well, so you weren't the only one, Joey. This time it was C-3PO.
I want to say Childish Gambino said, "I have a bad feeling about this" in Solo, right? When he had like the thin mustache, "I have a bad feeling about this." When he talked like that, but he was definitely Childish Gambino.
He was definitely Childish. He had so much. like that movie alone should have, like his part in that should have gotten him his own TV show, just because goodness gracious, he owned it, and it looks like it's coming because it was on the slate, a Lando TV show. So give me all of that. But that leads.
But not another album, though, right? Not another album, though, right? Yeah.
I want another album too. But that leads us to question number 6, you guys. We're doing really good because question number 6 in Return of the Jedi is, who loses a hand in Return of the Jedi? Joey, Derek would like you to know that you shouldn't feel bad about that guess of Lando, because he would have bet his soul that it was Lando. But it was indeed. Yeah.
I could have seen it in my head, but I didn't. I usually watch the movie that we're gonna do prior to doing this, but I was overconfident on this one, and I'm kind of regretting that now because I'm blanking.
These are good ones.
Yeah.
That gives us a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and starting with you, Joey. What did you have?
I wrote Vader because doesn't he get just like mutilated all over? I mean, he loses everything in that. I can't remember. All right, go ahead, Artie. Tell us.
Artie, what about you?
You know what? I had Vader at first, but I believe it's Luke Skywalker because there was like a parable that Darth Sidious said, right? Where he was like, fall into a place with your father, and Luke was looking at his hand. I want to, right?
Actually, by happenstance, Joey got this one correct.
All right.
Luke loses his hand in Empire, which is what I wanted you guys to think, obviously. Darth loses his hand after him and Luke meet up, and he senses that Luke has a sister, and he tells Luke that he's going to go kill his sister, and Luke's like, the fuck you are. Cuts his hand off.
That is an exact quote. Actually. That was the only time anyone ever cursed in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said the fuck. It was the exact quote. And good job, Derek, in the chat. Derek got that one. So did Joey by pure guess, it looks like. Just by the fact that Darth does get mauled in the movie a little bit. He gets really mauled in Revenge of the Sith, though.
I think
that leads us to question number. Yeah, that leads us to question number 7 in Return of the Jedi. What are Vader's last words to Luke? Yeah, Luke cuts his whole ass arm off because Luke had already at that point figured out who his sister was, and he's like, "You're not killing the girl who just kissed me, okay? Not happening, bucko."
I was gonna ask her to prom, dude.
Can't do that. You don't get to do that to me.
You know what, buddy? Buddy, remind me, who's the voice of Vader again? Remind me his name.
What?
Do you remember his name? I can't remember his name right now.
You're
voice of Vader.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. Okay. Why couldn't he just be Vader?
Well, because originally the white guy was in Vader's thing, and he had done the voice too, and they didn't like his voice. They didn't think it was scary, so they hired
James
Earl Jones, and they just kept it that way because if James Earl Jones was revealed, then they're going to have to explain how Luke and Leia are less than half black.
Yeah. That's what I really want.
Artie, you need, as soon as this is all over, you need to go on YouTube and look up the original track for Star Wars, because they actually have videos out there of the dude acting out the lines, and it's ridiculous. It is the polar opposite of James Earl Jones. He's like, I will get you, Luke Skywalker!
It's very like Cobra villain from G.I. Joe. It's so weird. I'm going to give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, starting with Artie. Artie, what did you have?
I think it's You Were Right.
And Joey, what about you?
I believe it's You Already Have.
You already have, yeah.
Actually, Artie's correct on this. He says, tell your sister, and then the last words he says is, you were right.
Oh.
Yeah.
You were in that vicinity, Joey, but we were looking for you knew that you already have. It's the first thing he says to him after he says, "I was trying to save you" or whatever.
Right. I thought that was their very last exchange. I forgot about that part.
Artie, your queen would like you to know you should have already known that it was James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I know that, but I can forget because I'm human. You know what I mean?
I can forget because I'm human. That is true. But
another famous Star Wars line: "I can forget because I'm human."
Yeah.
Look at my C-3PO. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Right? Question number 8: true or false? The Rancor's sounds were made by a Dachshund.
Man.
A Dachshund. The dog.
A Dachshund. Oh, not a Datsun the car. A Dachshund the dog. Okay. I saw a documentary on this once, and now I'm in it.
Getting this weird tan line there. Don't like that. We're gonna have to fix that. But I'm gonna give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with Joey, what did you have, sir?
I went with true.
Nice, interesting. And Artie, what about you?
I also went with true because I have no idea.
Correct. As many of you guys know, I like to throw in those little fun facts as questions. I just think that's really cool. I'm honestly more terrified of little Dachshunds than I am of the big scary Rancor.
Yeah.
I think I would be in the same camp as the Rancor keeper and be really sad that my friend was gone because he seemed like a cool dude. But
yeah.
good job.
But he also bare chested, the Wrangler?
The
Bare
Rancor
chested,
keeper,
right?
yeah. He had like a girdle, but he was nips free, dude. He was free the nips way before anyone else.
So, oddly enough, I thought that would be kind of like your character anyway. I had a feeling that you would appreciate the one guy that looks like he's probably out of like a WWE, WWF character straight out. Yeah.
Nips out and ready to go. That's how I like my.
He goes on like the top rope, dude, and he goes like this. He goes like this. For sure, because of the nipples out and everything like that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's called Rancor or Wrangler.
Rancor Keeper is his name.
Yeah.
But anyways, that leads us on to question number 9, which is, who kills Jabba? Yes, thank you for the follow. Where is Fluffy? That is Derek and his wonderful lady. We appreciate
you. What's sad is the only thing I remember about this scene is that Boba Fett dies in such the crappiest way that my favorite character has ever died in. It was so anticlimactic. It was crazy, and I think that's why he got the Mando tap, because they did him so dirty. Even in the prequels, they did him dirty.
Mm-hmm.
After that, after Boba Fett's death, I expected to find out later that Boba Fett was actually a Jack Tripper, because that was the most sticky weird shit ever. Is there?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, something's vibrating.
It's my stupid phone. People are trying to call me, and I can't take it right now. Sorry.
Okay. Well, we can't take it either, buddy. I mean, in a way, we can't either. It's a different way than you are. Yeah.
We good now?
You're good now.
Yeah. We're okay now. Earlier we weren't, but we're okay now. Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, I'm going to give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with you, Artie, what did you have?
I can't remember, honestly. I put Luke.
Okay. And Joey, what about you?
I put Leia. She strangles him with that chain, and I'm pretty sure takes him out that way.
Nice,
Right?
nice. That is correct, Joey.
Okay.
That makes sense. It was a
We are
Skywalker
down to,
nonetheless.
We are down to one final question in this first round, and that question is, and yes, Derek in the chat got that correct. Leia's fine self is the one who did that with the chains that bound her. That is key. She said, "Oh, you're gonna chain me up? Eat it," and that's how he got it. But I think all of us can agree that if our way of going out is being choked out by Princess Leia in that costume, it's not the worst way to go out, Jabba.
See, what's weird is I was gonna, fully back you up and say, yeah, I was a misogynist trying to say Luke would take out Jabba. Obviously, Leia did, but then you said some weird shit like it would be cool to be choked out by Princess Leia, and then I could definitely not back you up anymore when you say some weird stuff like that.
Artie, thank you for letting us.
Someone had to, someone has to.
Yeah, for sure. But that leads us to our final question, which is, according to the Emperor, what will be Luke's undoing?
Hey, unrelated topic. I didn't know Vader meant father until I watched Pitch Perfect. Is that okay, or is that should I have known? It took until Pitch Perfect.
Unless you took German, you really shouldn't.
Okay.
I mean,
Pitch Perfect was a great movie.
There was other languages that they offered in school, and I don't know how many people took German, I guess. But I'm going to give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with Joey, what did you have, bud?
It's I don't know, sympathy or it's wrong. I don't know. Del Taco will ultimately be Luke Skywalker's undoing.
Sympathy's not a bad guess. What about you, Artie? What did you have?
His compassion for Vader is what I put. Compassion.
Nice. The what we were looking for was compassion. So good job, Artie.
You started to count and I panicked and I just wrote.
So that brings us to the end of round number 1. We've got some scores. You guys are doing wonderful with the lead right now with 6 points. We have Mr. Artie V. Artie, you're doing it, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And right behind you, right on your tail with 5 points, is Mr. Joey G. Obviously not out of this. But, Joey, with your score being less than Artie's and you going into the second round in second place, that gives you an advantage. If you guys have seen the show, we are about to get into round 2. Round 2 is Weird Careers. I have selected 3 actors. Usually we have 3 competitors on the show, as you know. But I have selected 3 actors. I have written 5 questions about 5 random movies from their filmography. And Joey, because he got second place, gets to pick which actor he gets direct questions from. Each correct answer will be worth 2 points. You don't need to write anything down. There is nothing, you don't lose anything for missing an answer in this round. So, Joey, out of the 3 that I gave you, and I'm going to repeat those for everyone watching, I gave you guys Samuel L. Jackson, Ewan McGregor, and Harrison Ford as the 3 actors for this week. Which one would you like to get questions from?
I'm going to go with Harrison Ford.
Great choice. Very deep filmography. Has been in a lot of things, as it were.
And I'm sure there are more than 5 that I have never heard of. So let's see where this goes.
See how deep we get, huh? All right.
Deep cuts.
This is where the obscure part comes in. You'll see because question number one, not all of these will be obscure, obviously. But question number one in Harrison Ford is, name the sci-fi classic that features Harrison Ford as Rick Deckard.
Is that Blade Runner?
That is Blade Runner. Good job. Like I
Yeah.
said, some of these will be easier than others.
Okay. Oh, damn. I thought that was going to be one of your tough ones. All right.
Job Law got that real quick.
That was a good movie.
Kirk says this is not going to be pretty, so let's see what happens here. Question number 2 in Harrison Ford, Joey. Who is Harrison Ford's co-star in The Devil's Own?
The Devil's Own?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope the next 3 are about Air Force One, because I'm not really sure about many other movies. The Devil's Own. I'm gonna go with my new best friend Sandra Bullock. Was it her?
We were unfortunately looking for Brad Pitt.
Ah, that was close. They're in that same.
Law didn't think your answer was correct. That it was Sandra Bullock. She just
Wow.
wanted you to know. But question 3 in Harrison Ford is, what movie features Harrison Ford on the run, falsely accused of murdering his wife?
The Fugitive. I love that. I didn't do it. I don't care. That's the most badass shit ever, man. I love that line.
And then they went and messed it up with U.S. Marshals, and they're like, Harrison Ford's not the one they cared about. It's all about the cops. Everyone liked the cops. That was what they got out of the success of The Fugitive. They were like, people really like this cop team that didn't figure out that Harrison Ford was a murderer.
Well, we also got the Will Ferrell parody in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back several years later. So that was another good thing that at least came out of that. So
there are positives, of course. But that brings us to question number 4. Which Expendables movie features Ford as a character named Drummer?
I wasn't aware there was more than one Expendables movie. So I'm going to say the third one.
Wow, that is correct.
Okay.
Here is my plug for Expendables 3. I love Expendables 3. That movie, it really does. I do not think we should support in any way anything that Mel Gibson does. But the acting performance that he puts in as the villain of this movie and as this unhinged, creepy, ex-military psychopath, I think if you have never seen it, it is definitely worth a rewatch. There are some painful acting from like Ronda Rousey and like Dolph Lundgren and like a couple of those guys. But fucking Mel Gibson rules in that movie. And the number one is Antonio Banderas. The man makes me cry in the movie. The man makes me cry. Like, I just want to be his friend. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's the sweetest boy. Antonio Banderas' character in Expendables 3, I will be your friend. I will be your friend.
I'm not even sure if I really know what those movies are about. I thought that was about some like football players or something, but I think I was thinking of The Replacements. So what is
Definitely were. You definitely were. You definitely were. And the fact that you still got it is remarkable. And that's why you rule. Yes, Law. The Expendables 3 made me cry. Just watch it, okay? Antonio Banderas goes through a whole arc, okay? It's a whole thing.
Was it just called The Expendables 3? Because I thought you were going to ask for like a full title. Oh, okay.
No.
Cool.
Yeah, it was just Expendables 1, Expendables 2, and Expendables 3. But that leads us to our final question, Joey, in the career of Harrison Ford. Name the 2020 film that features Harrison Ford alongside a fully CGI dog.
So it broke up a little bit. What year did this come out?
2020. I will repeat the question. Name the 2020 film that features Ford alongside a fully CGI dog.
Did he play Shaggy in Scooby Doo and I somehow missed it? Because that's the only, I don't know what cartoon dog in 2020. I don't know. I never heard of it. I'm gonna go with Underdog. Did they make an Underdog movie?
Yeah, no, that's
Made an
it.
underdog movie. That is not what we were looking for. We're looking for Call of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
Harrison Ford plays a older gentleman who's like in the wilderness with his dog. The dog is a human in a green suit that they fully CGI'd into a dog. And if I never knew that, I could possibly watch that movie and not be uncomfortable. But now knowing that, every time I've even started watching it, I get extremely uncomfortable with the fact that that grown man had to act like a dog during the whole shoot.
Is there a scene where he's like humping his leg and shit? Because I definitely want to look
I
at.
haven't got that far into it. It's that bad of a movie to where I'm like, I can only see the CGI dog. I can't see anything else other than the fact that this dog is not a real dog. It has human eyes. There's a difference between dog eyes and human eyes, and I can see it. And that difference is in that movie. It's uncomfortable. But good job. That leads us to Artie. Artie, you get a choice between Ewan McGregor and Samuel L. Jackson. Whose career would you like to take a shot at?
Let's go with Obi-Wan because Samuel L. has too many movies, and I don't want to talk about it.
Wow. I like the way Artie thinks. I like it. Okay.
Harrison Ford was another one of those, dude. He has like too many movies. There's just too many of them.
That was the idea. I was like, I wonder if they'll go for the one with lesser movies, but easier to look into. But yeah, Ewan McGregor. We got some 5 questions about Ewan McGregor. So let's get into it. Question number 1 in the career of Obi-Wan. Name the 2019 horror film which serves as a sequel to The Shining.
Oh, I know the movie. I just gotta remember the name of it. Is it like Doctor something? Fuck, man, I don't know. Not The Shining.
Yes, for us?
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, no. We were looking for Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. I knew it. Yeah, Doctor. Okay. I knew it was Doctor something. It was in there.
Good job. Question number 2. Name the war film where McGregor plays a vet named Grimes.
Black Hawk Down?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there it is.
I forget that he's in that sometimes, but he's like a big part of it, obviously.
He's the other part of the movie. Like the non-Black Hawk Down part. He's like the...
It's like the other story that they needed to fill at that time.
You know what?
They're like, oh, what else is going on other than this hawk being down?
He's the Princess Amidala and Anakin story of Attack of the Clones, where you had to be like some bullshit other side story. That was Ewan McGregor and Black Hawk Down.
Exactly. But that leads us to our third question, Artie, in the career of Ewan McGregor. Name the cartoon where McGregor voices a character named Rodney Copperbottom. And I will repeat that because I stepped over my words. Question number 3. In the career of Ewan McGregor, name the cartoon where McGregor voices a character named Rodney Copperbottom. Yeah, Law, I can totally understand why you wouldn't want to watch a lot of war movies right now. It was really hard for me to get into things like Dunkirk and stuff. But they are beautifully shot movies most of the time.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to go with Cats because everybody else was in that movie. Yeah. Sorry. So why not Obi-Wan?
We were looking for the DreamWorks classic Robots.
Really? Hold on. I know that movie. Son of a bitch. I forgot about that. Robin Williams too, right?
Yep.
Hey, man.
It's okay. I mean, it's hard to like pick the It's hard to pick the ones that are like they're like the ones they did voices over and stuff like that. but I really, really like that movie. And if you've ever watched it as an adult, it has a completely different meaning. Like it is very like anti-business. If you watch it now as an adult, it's got a
I gotta
very
check it out.
it's got a very adult theme that I never picked up on as a kid because I used to just have fun watching the movie. But it's great. That leads us to question number 4 in Ewan McGregor. Name the 2001 female-centric musical that features Ewan McGregor.
2001. When you say female-centric, Moulin Rouge?
Sir?
Okay. You know what's funny when you were saying you pick up on stuff as an adult. I picked up on something with Return of the Jedi. It's really about a company, right, who set a project goal to create the Death Star, right? And a supervisor had to come in and be like, what's going on with the schedule? And then he had to get his supervisor involved, and then things started happening. And lo and behold, if they stayed on schedule to begin with, none of what happened would have happened, right? So you put that on at every business meeting saying, this is our Death Star, we need to be on schedule, or someone will fly in, take over, talk with the supervisor, and fuck it all up, man. And now we have a blown up Death Star. Now we have a blown up Death Star.
And it happened to him twice because they were just not efficient.
Yeah.
The Empire is a lot of things, but efficient is not one of them.
Their rating on the BBB, as far as the Empire, their rating, dude, 2 stars.
And
on the BBB.
That's generous. Honestly. Poor judgment, Death Star, worst project manager ever. I completely agree.
Could you imagine the Yelp review of the Death Star, like as a company? I used to work at the Death Star. I was in the hangar bay, and man, they told us that we had to close it, but we would never be able to close it, and that's why people were able to just fly in whenever they wanted. Just the Yelp reviews would be out the ass, dude. Anonymous, all anonymous too. But they'd be like, you know what I mean? If they weren't.
Exactly. It would just be too much for anyone. But Artie, that brings us to our final question in Ewan McGregor. Who co-stars with McGregor in the 2009 dark comedy I Love You, Philip Morris?
I don't know. 2009?
Yeah.
Jason Derulo, dude. He was hot back then, right? He came out with Melody.
Derulo
what was it?
Hot.
Replay, dude. Na every day. Wasn't that Jason Derulo? It's like my iPod stuck on replay. Or is that IS? I don't know, man. Was it Jason Derulo?
I don't know. I really don't remember now. You've got me questioning that. But the answer we were looking for, I'm more concerned about that. But the answer we were looking for was Jim Carrey.
Really? I don't know that movie at all, man.
It was a movie that took forever for them to release because it was like, essentially they're prison husbands who have to figure out what's going to happen after prison. Are we still doing this?
That's really what that movie's about?
Yeah.
You're not joking at all?
No.
Huh.
Yeah. And nice job, Kirk H in the chat got that one. But that is the end of round number 2. We've got some new scores, and turns out we got a new lead. We flip-flopped here because going into round 3 with a whopping 11 points is Joey G. And right behind him is Mr. Artie V with 10 points. So we are super neck and neck on this one going into the final round.
We're getting serious, dude.
Here come the big guns.
We're getting serious, man.
So, we are now into round number 3. So I need us to get our writing utensils and something to write on again. I am going to explain round number 3. Round 3, if you guys have watched the show before, is the mystery round. It is now the mystery betting round. I give these guys a hint at what the questions will be about, and I write 5 very hard questions, and I allow these guys to bet. So here's what's going to happen. The hint that I gave these guys are the Star Wars movies, 1 through 9. I have written 5 questions that can be from any one of the movies. There is no, it's definitely going to be from, I will explain what movie it's from. What will happen is, just like round 1, I'm going to read the question. The contestants will write their answer, and then next to their answer, they are going to write a number between 1 and 3. This is how many points they are betting. If they get the answer correct, that's how many points they get. If they get the answer wrong, that's how many points they lose. So they have whatever points they have, 11 for Joey and 10 for Artie to work with. I will say that these questions get harder as they go on. What will happen is I will write the question, and then you will get to place your bet, so you don't have to place your bet without knowing what the question is. Are you guys ready? Yeah?
Let's do it.
Making me
Let's
nervous.
keep it determined. Okay, so 5 questions. In the world of Star Wars, in any realm of Star Wars, question number 1 is, in The Force Awakens, who does Poe say the Resistance will not be intimidated by you, too? I will repeat that, and then you guys will write an answer and a guess between 1 and 3. Question number 1. In The Force Awakens, who does Poe say the Resistance will not be intimidated by you, too? Kirk and chat. Kirk, I haven't actually fully watched I Love You, Philip Morris, so if you can just give me a thumbs up to let me know that I kind of got the idea of what the movie is about, that they are prison husbands who have to figure it out after prison. Think that that's what it was. All I know
How crazy would it be if you were completely wrong?
Well, all I know is that the guy who did my inner lip tattoo has a. Did I cut out?
No, he's back.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. Yeah,
My
sorry
inner
about
lip
that.
tattoo. The guy who did my inner lip tattoo plays a small role as like a background prisoner in the movie. So
You have an inner lip tattoo?
yeah, it's my ex-wife's name. We're not gonna show it on screen. We all make mistakes,
Huh.
you guys.
And some of us make inner lip tattoo mistakes. Interesting.
And when a tattoo guy says, "Hey, this ink will definitely push out within 3 or 4 years," you're fine. And 12 years later, I still have it in my fucking mouth. I don't know. Hope that guy stubs his toe tomorrow. Just saying.
Interesting. Interesting how
somebody
you're
would count
blaming
down
the
to 5.
tattoo artist for the inner lip tattoo. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Joey, what did you have and what did you bet?
This seems too obvious, but I wrote Kylo Ren 1 point because I really can't remember.
Nice. And Artie, what about you?
Yeah, I put Ben Solo as well, and I wasn't sure, so I put 1 point.
Good. Yeah, you guys should have been a little bit more confident. You guys were thinking, oh, he said hard, that this has got to be somebody else. Just kind of go with your gut, but I will say that these are about to get a lot harder.
Yeah.
Starting with question number 2. You guys both got that correct, by the way. But question number 2, who said? Sorry, who is?
That was R2D2. Got it.
Yeah.
3 points.
Question number 2, who is said to be less forgiving than Vader in Return of the Jedi? I don't know, poor judgment. The fucking ink
Return of the Jedi.
still there. It's still there. It'll never go away. And the thing is, I left enough space because I told her, I was like, hey, if we ever break up, I'm gonna get a tattoo that says "is a whore" underneath. But then I realized I would just have "is a whore" tattooed in my mouth, and I don't need that. I just want the ink to go away. I just want it to go away like the guy told me.
You know what's interesting? a way to not have ink in your mouth is to not fucking get a tattoo in your mouth to start with. Usually a way to get to not have it in there.
I was 18 and trying to impress a girl already. Okay?
Did it work?
Yeah, we got married. And then divorced. So it really worked. What, Artie? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Artie, with your bad self, what did you have?
Darth Sidious, and I put 2 because I was confident in it.
Okay. And Joey, what about you?
Either I misheard or Artie did, because I thought you said this is from Return of the Jedi. I don't know if they mentioned Darth Sidious in that movie. I put Han Solo.
Darth Sidious is also the Emperor.
Oh, why was I thinking that was the
You're thinking of Darth,
guy?
the guy that
of
Darth Sidious
Darth
talks
Maul.
about in number 3. I know who you're talking about, Darth Plagueis.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was.
Darth Plagueis the Wise. He was able to prevent death, just not his own. But yes, we were looking for the Emperor. What did you bet, Artie? And what did you bet, Joey?
2.
I put 1.
Oh, okay. So, okay, perfect. That brings us on to question number 3. Question number 3 is, what is Jar Jar's response to Qui-Gon asking if he is brainless in The Phantom Menace? I'll repeat that because I did that very choppy. What is Jar Jar's response to Qui-Gon asking if he is brainless in The Phantom Menace? A quick little line that has made me laugh my entire life. And I actually learned what he was actually saying. So if you say what he was actually saying or what he says in the thing, either one of them will work.
It is actually a line that he says to him. Okay.
It's a quick little thing, but yeah. Yes, poor judgment. Your tattoo artist is smart. Never get words because of exactly what I did. But 18-year-old me did think of to get it inside my mouth so nobody would ever know until I brought it up on the internet and showed everybody like a jerk off. So, all right.
And you also like Drew Bledsoe.
Already, this seems like an attack on me. I'm going to countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with Joey, what did you have? And what did you bet, sir?
I bet 1 point. I'm pretty sure he said Misa worthless and should have never existed. Is that maybe that's what I wanted him to say?
How many points did you bet?
1.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I hope you didn't bet a lot on that.
No.
That was not the correct answer.
I don't know what he said.
We also do not disrespect the great Ahmad Best in this show. Jar Jar rules. He's just a misunderstood character. Artie, what did you have?
I wasn't sure either, but I put Misa Oki Day because I think he says that enough in the movie where maybe he said it then as well.
You bet, sir.
That was good.
Artie, what did you bet?
A 1.
Oh, okay. You both got it wrong.
Okay.
So he says, I spec, which my whole life, I thought he meant like I spec, like I suspect I'm brainless. But what he's really saying is I speak, meaning I speak so I can't be brainless. It was a very clever retort. And because of his stupid accent, you don't catch it.
I do remember that now, but I always remember thinking that he said I speak. That never...
well, dumb kid me thought he meant like, I suspect I am brainless. Like, yeah,
yeah.
I spec I am. But whatever.
Street lingo, dude. Qui-Gon wouldn't have known. Qui-Gon's not on the streets like that.
He's very sassy all of a sudden.
But that brings us to our penultimate question. Question number 4. What card game are Han and Lando playing for the Falcon in Solo, a Star Wars story?
Maybe you should have had a better Star Wars people on this show, huh? As I have this guy on my shoulder, by the way.
A lot of people don't know this. I have had a very rough hour or two, and I could not ask for 2 better friends to share this hour with. And I didn't give a damn if neither of you got one question right this whole time. I am having a damn blast. I know our audience is. But we are looking for an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish up your answers. Artie, what did you have?
What was the question again?
What card game are Han and Lando playing for the Falcon in Solo, a Star Wars story?
All right, hold on.
Come on.
I'm not right anyway. Backgammon, dude. That's what my family plays. Backgammon. They
How
got a
much did you
cash
bet?
streak. One.
Joey, what about you?
Well, I know there's Star Wars versions of Uno, so I thought maybe they were doing a break in the fourth wall thing and playing their own Star Wars edition of Uno.
It's Lando with like a reverse card.
I got him. No, this is actually a card game which you can purchase at like Target. We were looking for Sabak,
Yeah, I knew it was something.
which if you do buy the game, and I got it, it is essentially peanut. That's essentially what it is. It's just peanut.
Well, that sounds like that sucks.
Right. But that leads us. Yeah. Okay. So we're on to our final question. I will tell you guys what your scores are so that you can bet accordingly. Right now, Artie, you have 11. And Joey, you are dealing with 9.
Right.
This is our final question. In question number 5, in Attack of the Clones, who frees and marries Shmi Skywalker?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I was too busy trying to deal with the fact that I just lost this game. Since somehow Attack of the Clones is Artie's favorite movie, and I can honestly not
Still
remember
has to get it.
scene, and I've seen
So
it
I will.
so much.
I will repeat the question, but he still has to get it.
Yeah.
Question number 5 is, in Attack of the Clones, who frees and marries Shmi Skywalker?
The fuck is Shmi Skywalker?
Who's Shmi Skywalker?
Frees and marries Shmi Skywalker.
And marries?
What? Oh shit!
And marries. I don't.
You want his name? Because I don't know. It's like.
Fuck.
God damn it! I have no idea.
Shmi Skywalker, is that?
No,
I don't.
it came rushing back to me because when you said Shmi Skywalker, I was
the arc
thinking
of the Skywalker clan.
right. Well, I mean, the way my brain works, I immediately got clouded with like the Dustin Hoffman Hook and whoever played Shmi in that movie, and I couldn't. That was thinking Smee. So I was picturing Smee from Hook as a Jedi. And I was like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Yeah.
He would be in the diner. He'd be in the diner.
Hoskins would have been the perfect fucking Jedi. That should have happened.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna need you guys to have some kind of
It was
answer.
Bob Hoskins. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with Joey, what did you have and what did you bet, sir?
I don't know. He was like some fucking shipping merchant. At one point, I have no idea what his name was, but it was Anakin's mom, right? Isn't that Smee? Fucking Smee
Some
Skywalker.
fucking shipping merchant. It was not actually what we were looking for. Let's see if Artie had it.
I don't know either. I put Qui-Gon.
And what did you bet?
1.
Oh, okay. Well, I will say you're both wrong. He has a very distinctive name, so I just assumed that like it would be one of those names people would pick up on. His name is Cliegg Lars.
Lars.
Cliegg Lars.
Oh.
Uncle Owen's dad. We wouldn't have accepted that, but it was Uncle Owen's dad, and it was Cliegg Lars. What's the character's name?
Sounds Swedish.
I did
Cliegg Lars.
warn you guys that the questions in that round would get a little bit harder.
You did.
But I think this is the perfect time to celebrate this because finally, after way too long, so many times on this show, a more deserved victory has not been found. Thank you, Mr. Artie V. With a whopping 10 points, you are today's winner.
Yeah, baby, yeah. That's what you fucking like right there, dude. Yes. Yes. It's a defensive weapon, dude. I'm not offensive with it. It's a defensive weapon. It's for peace. It's for peace. Thank you, Joey. The good guys win, baby. The good guys win. You know, just like in return. Come on.
Absolutely. The good guys win. Artie, you finally won. Like I said, totally deserved. Artie, your wife is given the fire emojis. She's congratulating you. You brought the chip home today. But Artie, we've already plugged that amazing art gallery that you're in, and you can tell the folks about it one more time because it looks like we have more people watching. But also, why don't you plug your social medias and tell the people where they can follow you because you're a funny, funny man, and you got a funny web series with your good friend, and tell them about that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So before I forget, I do want to say thank you to the people over at Project 25 on K Street. It's an art gallery here. If you're in Sacramento, they do pop-up markets every Saturday. The artists in here are all local and they sell their art here. So that's how you can support the artists is by buying the art here. And definitely check it out, man. This is one of, tens of, I don't know how many pieces are in here, but this is just one of them. I mean, just come here, check it out, support your local artists. You can check them out on Instagram, Project 25. If you want to see more from me, please find me on Instagram as well, Artie Valenzuela. ARTIE Valenzuela. You can find me. The web series you're talking about is with my best friend in the whole world, Kevin Daly. It's the Artie Kevin Show. It's a short 2-minute digestible web series where we just talk about anything, and you get to become one of our friends and hear one of those crazy conversations that me and Kevin have. So check me out if you see the series and you love it. Make sure you comment and share. And thank you so much for having me on. Sad, buddy, you guys are the best. This is the greatest day of the pandemic because I haven't won one of these yet. And now I can, I can ride off into the sunset happy, dude. I feel like Anakin, the hologram Anakin, is popping up and it's Hayden Panettiere. And is it Hayden Panettiere? Hayden Christensen. Hayden Panettiere is Heroes. We have that completely confused. But I have Anakin, I have Yoda, and I have Obi-Wan with me, dude. And thank you so much, Joey. I couldn't have been a better person, man. Thank you.
Honestly, and thank you to our second place winner. He's just one of the most loving guys. He's got a really cool Star Wars shirt on that we finally got to see when he just leaned back there to laugh for us. Thank you again for being on, Joey G. It was great having you, man. I know right now you don't have anything to plug, but I know you're getting your vaccinations pretty soon. me and you are gonna get to be doing open mics again and drinking cheap beer, even though I don't really drink that much anymore. But I'll drink with you, Joey. One for you, my friend. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you, sir.
Loved being on, man. I was super excited when you told me I was going to get to do this. Even more excited when I found out that Artie Valenzuela was going to be here, because it's always a ton of fun getting to compete against him. And I tried my best, man, and I'm glad you got your first victory out of it. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Always fun.
Racking up those wins. I love to see it. If you guys loved what you saw, again, go on over to twitch.tv/stabcomedy. Follow there is free. It helps support, it helps boost everything here. We really appreciate it. But if you feel generous and you feel like you want to support even further, you can give that subscribe. $5.99 a month. However, if you do have your Amazon Prime membership connected to your Twitch membership, you can get a free subscription a month. I think you should give that to Stab, because they let us do really fun stuff like this all the time. Where else are they going to allow me to just talk about Star Wars for an hour without telling me to leave? And also, if you want to support even further, you can go directly through Venmo at Stab Theater, or Patreon. There's a bunch of options there at Stab Comedy Theater. Definitely go and try to support Stab and all of the amazing people who have brought you entertainment and comedy through this whole thing. We are eventually going to see the other side, but I would like to see the other side with as many of you back as possible, and as many of these amazing spaces for creatives as possible. And before we send you out to a very punny competition, I'm going to let Jesse run us out of here, you guys.
Well, thank you one more time, buddy. And of course, Artie and Joey. That is the Obscure Movie Trivia Show. That's not the song to go out on. There we go. That's a little better. So, yes, like Buddy said, we've got live improv, stand-up, sketch, podcasts, and gaming streams 7 days a week. Check us out tomorrow for the full Wednesday docket. It's Inside the Box at 4 p.m., followed by Animal Gossing at 7:30, and Drawing a Blank at 9. So the full Megillah. Check out the full calendar of events at stabcomedytheater.com, or if you're on Twitch, which you are, just scroll down. The upcoming week's events are right below. Now, hold on, everybody. Let's send you over to our friends at Capital Puns to keep your night going. So, Twitch audience, hold on for the raid, and we'll see you tomorrow.